Hello and welcome to Megawatt, where each week we give you the lowdown on the latest piece of kit from the world of technology and gadgets. Well, this week we've come down to the Cabinet War Rooms in London to check out Halo Wars, the new real-time strategy game from Ensemble Studios. Let's go and check it out. Excuse me, Mr. Master Chief. So, if you think Master Chief from the Halo series on the Xbox 360 is hard, we've got someone that's probably even harder. He's the guy that's in charge of making sure that Master Chief does his job. Jason from Ensemble Studios, he's the lead producer and he's going to talk to us about the new game Halo Wars.
Let's just take one last look-see.
The Hierarchs grow impatient. We can delay no longer. What if the infection defiles the relic? I care not for your little life. Open the relic.
Well. Open sesame.
Jason, hi, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Halo Wars, what's it about?
So, first and foremost, Halo Wars is a Halo story, which means it's epically heroic. Lots of action, lots of combat, and it really details the story of humanity's first conflict with the Covenant. It takes place 20 years before the events of Halo 1, and you really learn the origins of what really happened when we first encountered the Covenant.
Any idea what it is we've got down there?
Doesn't look like a first-person shooter.
Correct, it is not a first-person shooter.
What's happening there? Is it an RTS? Is it an RPG?
It is an RTS. We prefer to think of it as an action strategy game because it is Halo, and we didn't want to lose the emphasis on the action.
Now, there's lots of RTSs, real-time strategy games around, Command & Conquer being probably the biggest franchise around. What separates this game from games that are already out there?
I think there are two things. Again, first and foremost, it is a Halo game, which means that all of the elements you love from the Halo first-person shooter series will be there in some degree in Halo Wars. So epic battles, giant explosions, lots of the units that you're familiar with, and controlling them in a very immediate way. Secondly, we designed the controls from the ground up specifically for the console. This was not a port. This was not originally conceived for PC. This was, from its inception, designed and destined for the console, and I think that really comes through in the way that our controls play.
Now, I sort of enjoy playing RTS and stuff. Some of the things I really love is, the harvesting and the sort of, base building and things like that. What's your favourite bit of the game, do you think? What's your bit that you're really proud of if you take one element away?
It's hard to say. There are a lot of things I really love about Halo Wars. One of the things that I absolutely love the most is how we make the Flood work within the context of this particular universe. I think that all of the things people love about the Flood and that scare them and creep them out have been replicated in Halo Wars.
And always a tough question when you've got a favourite child. What's the bit you really think you could have done better on if you had a second go?
Oh, so I think that there were so many great ideas that came up while we were making the game that had to be shelved due to they weren't in scope or we were out of time, as with any game. But I think that if we were doing it all again now, we would have liked to have done even more and gone even further. Longer first-person experience, more ways that we could help push the genre forward on the console.
And so where do you think that, to stay in tune with everything, where do you think real-time strategy games are going? Do you think it's just greater multiplayer abilities, or is there something else that you're thinking, this is our goal in the future to make them?
I think real-time strategy has a huge potential future both on the PC and on the console. For the Halo franchise, we want to continue pushing forward and making great Halo games. So I think that there are an unlimited number of ways that we can do that.
Cool, and obviously this is available for the Xbox 360.
Correct.
Real-time strategy games normally work really well on a PC. Are we likely to see a PC version?
We have no plans at the moment for PC. I would never say never, but at the moment these controls, as I mentioned, were fundamentally reconfigured and reconceptualized for the console, so moving them over to the PC would be just as difficult as moving a PC game over to the console.
Jason, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Talking to you.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Let's just take one last look-see.
So we're here at the preview day for Halo Wars in the UK. We've been playing it for about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes at the moment. We're keen to tell you what we think. Well, the interesting thing is it looks pretty good. It's very quite easy to use on the Xbox 360 and the controls are pretty straightforward. Now, when it comes to, we've been playing Covenant, when it comes to that you have to harvest your stuff. Now, you don't really send out harvesters, you just send out, oh, sorry, I'm just getting attacked here, let me just quickly fire this off. Right, so they've been quelled. So you sort of have to build factories to make supplies, and then making supplies allows you to make more artillery, more infantry, and then obviously you can do upgrades very much like you can in Command & Conquer. The more you're restricted to bases that you can build, but you can upgrade those further, extend and build other bases, and then what's quite interesting is you're restricted to actually your army count. So you start off with 40 or 30 players in the version we're playing, the multiplayer version we're playing, and then from there you can then upgrade that to another 10. Now, certain models, certain vehicles have more infantry count than others. So, for example, there's a really big unit that takes up 20 of your troops, which is useful, and it's a big thing, takes a lot of money to build and time, but it obviously does pack a punch when you want, and we've already taken out a base with 2 of these. Although that does make it basically much mean that we haven't been able to have any other infantry or stuff going on. It's all pretty good. Obviously time will tell when we've had a greater chance to play for a lot longer of whether it has the ability to really make a difference. But it's quite nice to play either against or with the Master Chief.
The information you have gathered here is most appetizing. However, we must protect what we have learned here. Set the charges and destroy this place.
Well, that's it from the Cabinet War Rooms. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Why don't you tune in next time for more news, reviews, tips, tricks, opinions, and much more. I'm Stuart Miles. This is Megawatt TV. Thanks for watching.